What's up, y'all? This is Kronic Kid and your man JET LIEM, Problems Crew.
Yeah, this is JET LIEM, like I said, JET LIEM Problems Crew, and you're in tune to the show, Boston's Hip Hop Podcast.
Alright. Yes, sir. My man, so tell me, what's a few crews you feeling right now that's out there making some noise that you think really bringing a name to themselves?
Truthfully, like, for me, I haven't really, I'm paying attention to the scene as much as I should be, but as far as locally, Flow Lords, Ground Effects Crew.
No doubt.
That's the main three crews as far as the Massachusetts scene, I could say.
Yeah.
I don't really know too much outside of the scene, like what's going on is like what's new out there or who's really doing things, but in Massachusetts, those three crews are doing stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of cats online. They be running their mouth talking about, Koreans are running it, or, Europe's running it, or, Texas running it. So, I just want to get a little idea of what cats are feeling out there. And I just want to say, real recognized real. Like he says, cats shouldn't be too caught up about what other people are doing. Just doing what they should be doing, How do you feel about, cats out there putting out videos and just going up to every jam and just putting out that bootleg footage, you know what I mean? On YouTube, you think that's killing the scene a bit? Everyone's just biting, everyone's just looking better? Or you think that's healthy where everyone's just getting exposure?
As far as online stuff, I guess, I don't know. It's a little bit of both, I guess, It's also exposing people who, haven't seen this dance or this culture. And it's also sort of, killing it because it's sort of showing it's almost like, for example, not to get off, subject, it's sort of like graffiti, in the Boston scene, we used to have certain styles, a Boston style. Each city and each, little state had their own styles, but due to the internet, those styles start, expanding over to other areas, and sooner or later, it's just a mixture of different styles, and there's no longer a Boston style, and it's the same thing, I guess, for breaking. Back people could go to the gym, I guess, back in the day and could tell who was who, from where or what.
Right. So and now you like I said, it's so hard to tell when you see someone from somewhere else because a lot of cats travel and a lot of cats bite. It's hard to break it down too, but I'm glad that a lot of cats out here recognize and see that type of difference between inspiration and biting. And speaking of inspiration, my man, who inspired you coming up? Me and you go way back in the day, and a lot of cats don't know, you know what I mean? And we all have different inspirations, and let your fans out there, your audience know who made you the way you want to be, you know what I mean?
Well, truthfully, for our influences, when I first got started, the first crew I ever saw was
When was that? Okay.
Damn. I don't even know how.
Let them know, man.
I just know it was. It had to be in elementary school.
What year was that? You think it's just
I don't know.
01, 2000.
No, it was
98.
It could have been 98, 97, something like that.
Yep.
That I first seen breaking as far as live, and I know it was a talent show where the Flow Lords were in, or they were either guest starring or something, and I guess that was my first, seeing an actual crew perform or just seeing b-boying in general, and that basically influenced me to get into breaking. So I have to say the first influence was the Flow Lords. As far as later on, basically how do you say got to breaking later on in freshman year. Influences from the first crew I was with was the Break Kings, like Stevens, Mayan, people like that. Later on,
Yeah, break it down. Let us know the history from everything.
I guess so, yeah.
You went from Break Kings to...
Yeah, from Break Kings, just influenced with the people I was around. My first jam was a big influence. My first jam was Freddie's Jam in Lynn.
Yep.
Where I just remember I didn't really know how the battle scene worked and all, but it was the first time seeing b-boy that competitive or that even like ferocious, and that really influenced, especially like that was my first time seeing Josh, that's my first time seeing K-Mel.
Incredible breakers.
And for someone that just started, that was just amazing to me. Like I was just blown away, like completely blown away by that shit. And so another thing about that, like maybe a few jams later, like seeing Ivan and K-Mel at the Flow jams and stuff, I ain't even gonna lie, it influences like just knowing that they were doing big things. And as a young kid, you know, growing up, I sort of like, yo, I want to be like that at that level. Like in my eyes as a young kid, I saw them as like, yo, they're doing big things for a dance, because like most people see breaking as, you know, a dance style that you can't really make a living off of.
Just like a little side hustle.
Yeah, and so like, especially in like high school, a lot of teachers, a lot of, you know, peers around me always telling me, you know, this is just a hobby, and later on you're gonna have to, you know, think about, you know, your future. But at that time, when I saw people like, even the Flow Lords, K-Mel, Ivan, and people that would look like they were, you know, doing big things, they were like superstars in our, you know, in our culture, that influenced me and inspired me to, you know, I want to be like them. I want to be on that level where I'm making money and doing what I love. And as far as like, those were like my first influences in breaking. And then later on, you know, I met Promise Crew and people, you know, around the way.
And I gotta say, man, when Boston started, that's all I knew. It was just really, when I first seen it, was two crews for me. It was LOY and Lloyd's, and always going back and forth. And Jonathan and Sel and Owen was sick, and who was the other two dudes with them? Do you remember the other guy?
There was a lot of people.
Damn, there was so many problems Screw had that was just sick that they don't even get down anymore, and his don't even know about that. So
that's true.
Because you know what, Promise was one of the first groups too. Right after the Lloyd's, we were still keeping Boston going, traveling out west and everything. You know what I mean? Putting the name out there, and then selling on the heads still kept it up and making big names and bringing it back. You know, that's don't understand that.
Yeah, that's definitely like another influence, just seeing that. Because I guess you could say I started like late '99, 2000, and I was right. I guess I don't know how the history is, but I guess I got into it right during the whole beef between LOY and the Lord. So
Exactly.
I got to see a lot of like, you know, battles that were just
raw,
ridiculous, raw, yeah.
And none was really taped though. If whoever got footage, give me a call, man. Hit me up on MySpace, man.
That's true Boston history right there.
Oh yeah, man. And if anybody wants to contact my man, let them know how they can reach you, please.
You can reach me easily by myspace.com/JET LIEM, JETLIEM.
All right.